is back in the picture. Now Matthew brings us back to Peter. And remember in the last section we read that Peter was standing outside in the courtyard, probably a little distracted, trying to hear what was going on inside. Maybe a little upset that he had deserted his friend, for sure worried about what was going to happen. And as he's sitting there, a servant girl comes up. Hey, I've seen you before. Weren't you with Jesus of Galilee? Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. And he kind of leaves that area so she doesn't ask any more questions. But then there's another girl that he comes in contact with. Hey, this guy was with that Jesus person. And he said, No, I don't know that man. Not once, not twice. We're up to 2 times now. Peter says, I don't know that man. And then after a little while, someone else standing close by says, Surely you're one of them. I can tell by your accent. There's something about Peter that gives away that he is a disciple, a companion, a friend of Jesus. And 3 times someone asks him, and all 3 times he says, I don't know that man. And then there's that word in verse 74, immediately. As soon as Peter is saying the last and third time, I don't know him, as soon as he's done talking, look at what happens. Immediately, a rooster crowed. Have you ever had someone tell you something and then when it happens later, you kind of go back to what they had said and been like, oh, wow, they were right? I kind of envision Peter saying, I don't know that man, getting frustrated, getting upset, maybe even getting emotional, crying possibly. And then all of a sudden, the rooster crows. And now all of a sudden, in Peter's mind, he's taken back to when Jesus said, before the rooster crows, you'll deny me 3 times. So he thinks back to Jesus' words, and then look at his reaction. He went outside the courtyard, away from people, and he wept bitterly. Think he was ashamed? Think he was upset with himself? I think the emotions of what's gone on, including denying Jesus 3 times, really got to Peter. And he knew he messed up. And so he just is overcome with grief for his friend, for his actions. And he just goes outside by himself, outside the courtyard, away from the people. And he just has a moment where he breaks down and he weeps bitterly.